All right, so if you're just getting started into videography in 2025 and you want a setup that looks professional and solid quality and that doesn't cost a fortune, this video is for you. So yeah, with that said, let's hop straight into the video. All right, so I've used budget gears and I've used fairly high-end gear as well. And today I want to show you the setup that I think is the best for beginners in under $2,000. I'll break down the camera, the lens, the audio, and some accessories to go along with the setup. All right, so why is $2,000 the sweet spot for a beginner setup? Let's be real. You can't shoot cinematic footage on your phone forever, but you also don't need to spend $4,000 just to get started. So around $2,000 is a sweet spot to get you started with your videography journey. You can get a powerful camera, a sharp zoom lens, quality audio, and a few accessories to go along with it. It'll be enough to shoot content for YouTube, client interviews, and even slight weddings. Mind you that you're investing in gears that will last you for years, not something you'll outgrow for 6 months. All right, so first let's dive into the camera body of choice. All right, first up is gonna be the Sony a6400. It's been out for a while now, but in 2025, it still holds up pretty good. It's still a beast of a camera for videography, even photography as well. It shoots at 4K, 24 and 30 FPS, oversampled from 6K, super sharp. Incredible autofocus. Sony's eye tracking is insane. It doesn't have a recording limit, so you can film long videos, YouTube content, client interviews, even weddings, but it doesn't have IBIS, but I'll show you how to work around that later on in the video. Okay, next up is gonna be our lens of choice. All right, so I bet some of you guys might know which lens I'm gonna be showing, which is the Tamron 17-70 f2.8. This lens is a beast, especially on APS-C cameras. I mean, it's made for APS-C cameras. It's super sharp. Like, this zoom lens is insane. You can see it goes up from 17 all the way to 70, and you have a fixed aperture of f2.8 all around, so you got that covered for low light shots as well. At 17 millimeters, it's wide enough for vlogging, and you got that 70 millimeters, which is tied for portrait shots, b-rolls, and cinematic scenes in general. And like I've mentioned, you got that f2.8 aperture for that super nice bokeh and low light performance and the shallow depth of field. I use this lens on a daily. It's sharp, it's fast, accurate. You just can't go wrong with this lens. And if you're only buying one lens to start out, this lens won't disappoint you. I would 100% recommend going with the Tamron 17-70 f2.8. Okay, next up for the audio. I am currently using the, let me just show you. I'm currently using the DJI Mic 2, but this is the single transmitter version. You can get the full bundle, but it's a little bit pricey. And if you are on a tighter budget as well, I would recommend checking out the Rode Mic ME or Mic Me. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a solid mic as well. But this DJI Mic 2 hasn't disappointed me so far, so good option to check into as well. Audio is something that beginners overlook, but it's just as important as the video quality. And this version as well has 32-bit float audio. You do have the first DJI mic, which is the DJI Mic 1. It's a little bit less expensive, but you do not get that 32-bit audio, bit float audio. But if you're not into that, you can definitely check the DJI Mic 1. It's super good as well. I haven't tested it out. I've never tested it out, but from using the DJI Mic 2, I can say for sure that the DJI Mic 1 won't disappoint you as well. So if you're on a tighter budget, do check that out. I'll also link everything that I'm talking about down in the description. So if you want to go check it out and pick yourself a new camera body, new lenses, new lens, new microphone, you can be sure to do that in the description below. All right, guys, so if you made it this far into the video, I want to take a second to thank you so much, and consider subscribing and hitting the like so the algorithm pushes the video out to more creators like you. And yeah, let's get on with the video. All right, so last and final thing is going to be some accessories for your setup. All right, so first of all, you're definitely going to be needing a tripod. And not definitely, but I would 100% recommend a tripod if you're doing YouTube talking head videos, or you can get a gimbal. But if you're just starting out and you don't have the budget to get the gimbal, you can get the tripod as a starter. But if you do have the budget to get a gimbal, I would 100% recommend the DJI RS3 Mini. This gimbal has been amazing. It hasn't disappointed me so far, but it's such a solid little gimbal. This doesn't come with the gimbal. I bought it separately, but just by using the gimbal alone, you get amazing footage. And like I mentioned earlier, the Sony a6400 doesn't have IBIS, so if you do get a gimbal, that would help you a lot getting that smooth cinematic B-roll shots. All right, so next up is going to be an ND filter or a VND filter. If you do not know what an ND filter is, it stands for neutral density filter, or variable neutral density filter, which is a VND, which is what I'm currently using. You're going to be needing this if you're shooting a lot of content outside. So for example, right now I'm not using an ND filter because my lighting is perfect. So, but if I add this, it gets darker, and I remove it, it looks perfect, right? And if I twist this, which this isn't a VND filter, which is what I can do, I can twist it like this so it becomes lighter and darker. This is a 1 to 5 stop VND filter from Nisi. This is wide open, so it won't be that dark, as you can see. But if I close it all the way to get that low shutter speed, it's gonna be dark. But yeah, VND ND filter, 100% recommend you get one if you're shooting a lot of content outside. All right, so next up is gonna be some extra batteries to go along with your Sony a6400. The Sony a6400 battery is really bad. It doesn't last long, so if you can get your hands on a pair of batteries, it doesn't have to be Sony battery, you can get third-party brand batteries, which is what I got from Newer. This is amazing, hasn't disappointed me so far. Never have any issue, I never get any issue with this battery. It's a solid piece of accessories to have for your camera, for the setup, so that way you can keep filming on the go. And also it comes with this power bank, I can say power outlet, whatever, this power case. You can just plug it in and charge while still shooting. You can put a battery in the camera while you're using that. You can pop the other one in here, put it in an outlet or a power bank, so you can keep using it on your shoots and don't have to worry about your camera dying or anything like that. Okay, so lastly is gonna be SD card. You're definitely gonna need a couple of these, maybe 2 maximum. But I would recommend you get the V30 or V60 cards for 4K content. If I can get this to focus. There you go. This is a 128 gigabytes V60 card from Lexar. Really good brand for SD cards. Really good brand. I would 100% recommend getting a Lexar card rather than a SanDisk. No hate to SanDisk, but it has failed me in the past. So if you're gonna get SD cards, get yourself a Lexar cards or any other card apart from SanDisk. I'm kidding. I have a couple of these. I have one in the camera right now. I have one here, and then I have a micro SDs, yeah, for the drone, stuff like that. Definitely get yourself some SD cards and you'll thank me later. All right, so let's talk about who is this setup for. All right, so this setup is perfect for anybody, any beginner that wants pro level quality work without the pro level price tag. Whether you're just starting a YouTube channel or shooting client videos, filming short films, or even capturing weddings, this gear can handle it. It's reliable, compact, and super versatile. And it also gives you room to grow as a creator. All right, guys, so to recap the video, for under $2,000, you're getting the Sony a6400, the Tamron 17-70, The audio is going to be the DJI Mic 2 or the DJI Mic 1. It's optional, and a few essential tools to hit the ground running. If you've been thinking about upgrading your gear in 2025, this might just be the perfect setup to go for. Alright, so drop your questions down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this combo, and if you're thinking about picking it up in 2025 to level up your videography game. And if you found this video helpful in any way, consider subscribing for more creator-focused content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.